Wonder why it worked the first time, but then
I know, right?
because it's hard for me to hold it. Like I have a tripod thingy, but you can't keep it plugged in if it's on there this way.
You know, I had such a cute thumbnail, and we're going to go ahead and change it back. And it says we have no people watching. By now, they may have given up.
like she doesn't know what she's doing today.
You know,
it was me. I did it. I jinxed you because every time I have a live stream, they always know it's never going to start on time because I always screw it up. Every time.
I have never had this happen. And, you know, it did. And it's what it is. And oh my gosh.
I'm bad luck.
Oh, Robert Stanton. Thank you, darling, for coming into my crazy live stream. I messed up my whole computer. So here we go. Okay, I got you now, though. And hopefully pretty soon. Where is it? There it is. There it is. There we go. Canadian Drone Hub. So can I hear everybody?
You can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey.
And I'm talking at a quiet level.
I can hear you. So you want me to tell you what I did?
Brenda Kline? Brenda?
Yeah.
Do you hear me?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you what I did. Somewhere along the line, I've turned it up, my speakers up a little bit. Somewhere along the line, I turned my speaker off.
Oh, okay.
And so now the only person who comes in is Robert, because I think they gave up on me.
Do you hear me, Brenda?
Yes.
But I can't hear you.
Oh no! I can talk.
Sorry, Brenda. That's not my end. That's out my end. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna try this again. Hey guys. Hey Ed. Hey Phantom Hodges. How you doing?
I'll be back.
I'm gonna do this again, and I'm praying. Brenda, go ahead and talk again.
Hello.
Oh, it's so light.
What's so high? My voice?
Well, I can't hear it. It's very low.
Really? Wow. No,
but on your live streams, you're loud.
Yeah. Mine's up high. It's up as high as it goes. Because I'm always afraid you can't hear me.
It's so loud. Okay, guys. She needs to boost her mic volume. Yeah, I think she did.
Mine's the whole way up.
Okay. I'm going to try to talk lower, guys. Boosters up. I don't know how to make this better, but this is very light, very light. I'm going to turn my volume up on here because so I can hear her. Okay. So there we go. I think it's better for me.
You can hear me?
I can because I turned my speaker all the way up and turned me down.
Okay.
Okay. So
as long
guys,
as I don't burst your eardrums.
You will not. Guys, make sure you turn your volume all the way up. Put some earphones on. I don't know why there's a discrepancy in the sound, but her mic, even on my control room, is all the way up and my voice is down. So I don't know what that's going to look. You guys sit closer to the mic. Hang out a screen with me again tonight. Yeah, me too. So there we go.
I'll get real close.
Oh, yeah, there you go. That was good.
You want me to get real close like this? Hi!
They do. They do. They love you. They want you close. Hey, DJ Santiago. Okay, so I want to get, because we've already wasted 19 minutes. You know, I can hear her, but you're too loud, Val. Turn your mic down. Honey, I did. I turned it down to the point it's almost on quiet. So I don't know how to, there. Is that any better, Ed?
Do I sound okay? You can hear me now?
Yeah, so Ed turned his mic up so he gets more of me. So
but
Brenda,
not more of me. Don't want more of me.
We do. We think it's perfect. So I want to talk to you about a few things. I want to go a little more equal. Okay. I was going through your videos today, and it looked like you've only been on for a very short amount of time. I mean, I could only go back about 7 months. Is that about right?
Yes.
Okay. And when you started, it was all about your puppies.
Yes.
Okay. So what was your idea when, not now, but when you first started your YouTube channel?
It was just to have a creative outlet and just talk about the dogs, all about dogs, all about my dogs. That's a huge part of my life. But after, when you got the 100 and you were able to go do live streams, I
Right.
did my first live stream maybe at 200 or something. And people were like, well, we like talking to you. Why don't you include yourself more in the videos? And I was like, really? You want to see me? You want to talk to me? All right. So then I started doing, and then it kind of just kept going that way. And more people liked that part of it. I don't know.
Right, because the dogs are really cute. And I did the same thing. I went on hikes with my dogs. I put my GoPro on because my dogs are, if I'm here, it's all about my dogs. And then
Yeah.
if I have to work, then of course they have to be here without me. But my life really centers a lot around taking care of dogs. Hey, everyone in the chat, thanks for coming back. But then I noticed you start coming out a little bit more towards all things. And I knew you've done makeup tutorials. It reminds me so much when I started my channel, you have to experiment to get where you're going, right? And I thought your makeup tutorials were great too.
Yeah. I mean, they were
Thank
more
you.
kind of serious, being like kind of serious.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah,
really
they were.
up thinking, no, yeah. And I didn't really like doing that because I want to do something obviously that I love to do. And being super serious is not me.
No.
I can't. Not for long periods of time anyway.
Right.
So I'd be more myself.
Up in the House Records, thank you. Thank you. You're so sweet. I really appreciate it. Guys, make sure you check out Up in the House Records. It's Byron. I haven't seen you well, Byron. So I noticed you also did a blog, and you referred to that in your about page about mental health.
Right.
So, and you worked in that field, right? Are you still working in that field?
No, I had to quit working.
Okay.
So I did the mental health blog website because I wasn't able to work anymore. So I felt like that would be a good outlet to help people with those. So, for anybody with any mental health issues.
So what exactly were you doing? Because I've worked in mental health too. So what was your...
Well, everywhere from direct staff to executive staff and in between. My last job, I was the director of adult protective services for the western side of Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Before that, I worked in a mental health center. I was the director of quality assurance. So we saw maybe, trying to think how many people a year, 2,000 to 2,500 people a year. That was usually our population. And it was everything from somebody with severe schizophrenia to someone with just maybe a little anxiety disorder, and everything in between.
Okay, so did you find that because mental health can be a very tricky place to work?
Yes.
It's very tricky. And a lot of times, I don't know if you experience this, but especially if you're working with children, they come in with all these different diagnoses. Mm-hmm. It's like it keeps changing from day to day because no one can quite get a handle on it sometimes. Mm-hmm. Did you find that or no?
Yes. when I worked at Children and Youth, I was a caseworker at Children and Youth. A lot of times what ends up happening during that time is with a kid, it's very difficult because as they're growing themselves, they're going to grow into different things. And when they're diagnosed as a child, it's going to completely change when they're an adult.
Yes.
Because, I mean, they don't typically, normally, whatever the typical thing is, diagnose a child with bipolar.
Right.
So,
Until they're 18, they don't want to diagnose them.
right. So
They
then
can
they'll
be
end
up
up with all
here
these
and
other
down
things.
here in one day, but they're not going to diagnose them.
Yes, absolutely. So, and then you
Yeah.
have to follow the federal guidelines, the state guidelines, the county, and all the payers, everything that's involved. Like whenever I worked at the mental health center, it was very difficult because I had to think about all of those, all the regulations that went along with it to run the operation, plus think of the clinical part.
So mostly, I worked in juvenile justice, and I directed a program there. But we always found that kids that were on drugs usually had also co-occurrence. So they also
definitely, yeah.
Right. So they're medicating themselves is basically what they were doing.
Right.
But I found it challenging. I love the work and I love the families I worked with, but I always felt bad for these kids because they're just trying to get through their day, right?
Yeah.
So,
and then what ends up happening is they end up going jail and end up on drugs again, and then we had a program that I created through the state of Pennsylvania with Department of Corrections. So when the parolees would come straight out of prison, they would come straight to our place and we would get paid from the state instead of trying to get paid through the payers. Well, I mean, most of the time I saw these kids before when they were kids and then they became adults. But the problem was it wasn't that they were real criminals. It was because they had mental health issues that they weren't treating. So they would do things that maybe, like if you have schizophrenia, you may see or hear things that really aren't there and do something that could cause you to go to jail, but it's really not criminal behavior. So you had to get between the difference between criminal behavior and mental illness.
But with youth, trying to find services for mental health is a challenge.
Yes.
So we started running into the problem that it was almost pushing you to criminalize mental health because then we could get a handful of all the programs, right? That they needed. And the only way to do that is if they were in the system. We started doing a lot of diversion work so that we could bring them in without them getting a record and still obtain the same services. Because in the county I worked in, that was my big push to keep mental health out of those systems of care, as we say.
Yeah. Well, what was good with the DOC here in Pennsylvania was that it was a big push to start that, to have more awareness in the prisons that these people do have mental illness. It's not just, they're a criminal and they've been like that their whole life. No, it's because they're not getting treated. So then once they got out of jail, they were placed right into those programs with us. So we were able to help them because of the criminal, but even though they really weren't criminals, you know what I mean? So it was a way to help them without making it, it was difficult too, because then you end up with the stigma. It's a criminal with mental illness.
Which is scary to people now because of every time we have a mass thing happening, without having to really put it up in my stream, every time we have something big happen, they almost always say it was mental health, even when it's not.
Yes.
Not all people who do bad things are mental health.
Right.
Now,
that drives me nuts.
Kind of weird to kind of balance
has a mental illness. Just because someone has a mental illness does not mean they're dangerous. You could be sitting right beside somebody and never know that they've had schizophrenia or their borderline personality disorder. If somebody is being treated and they're going to treatment and they're going to therapy, they can be a well-functioning person in society. Just because something bad happens, that person could truly be a criminal. They are criminal. They have a criminal mind and they just like to do those things.
Right. And I got to tell you, the guy I saw was stabbed by this guy right in front of a house I was at. And the officer finally came up to me, the detective, after all was said and done, and he looked at me because I'm nobody, I'm just at the house, and he goes, so what did you see happen? I said, that guy was either high, which I don't think, or he has mental health issues. This was a mental health person stabbing someone.
Yes.
And it turned out he was schizophrenic, and he just decided to go out and kill someone that day. He didn't, thank goodness, but he wreaked havoc on this, really big havoc. But that's because he got out of prison. He ran out of his meds. And then decided to stop taking them. And then that's what happens, right?
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's why Pennsylvania started that, where they would contract with these different centers so that they could come straight into the center instead of, oh, they got to wait around till they get their Medicaid. They have to wait around till they get their insurance, and then they end up without meds, and then they'll never go to treatment by that time. But if they have the meds and they go straight in and can continue their medication, you have less of a problem that way.
Right. So that's one thing I found very interesting because, I looked on here and you're kind of this really upbeat and wacky, if you don't mind me saying.
No, that's fine. I
really showing it out on the wall. And then I look at your blog and it's all about mental health. And I thought, oh my gosh, what a very dynamic person you must be to have all these different things going. So you said now you can't work. But you do work. You're working on this.
Right. Like I can't work out of the home because of I have a ton of medical issues too. And one of my friends actually said, well, I don't understand why you don't do like a series where you talk about the medical issues that you have and show, look, just because you have all these medical issues doesn't mean that you can't be positive and think of the positive and the beauty in each day. And I said, well, maybe. I said, but it's, people usually come to my channel because they want to see happy Brenda, not sickly. You know what I mean?
Sad Brenda.
Right. Like, I don't ever get upset with it because it is what it is. I just keep trying to think of the positive and keep trying to do things to make myself feel better. I did have to, and this was actually just not that long ago that I had to accept that I was done working outside the home. Right. I did stop in July of last year. That was my, when I worked at Protective Services. I loved that job, and I had to stop. And then in February, I was like, well, I can go back. I can do something. I can do it. And I went back for a month and was sick every single day. And everybody, my daughter and my husband and everybody, they're like, why don't you just accept? It's okay. You have worked for many years. You are still doing things to try to help people. Why can't you just accept that part is okay to be over?
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard for your life work to be over.
Yeah. You're basically saying goodbye to that part of your life.
So when I look at you, I don't see sick. I see somebody who looks healthy. When you look at me, I don't know, maybe you see sick, but I have these issues also. And so I'm wondering, is it mostly autoimmune stuff?
Yes. I have fibromyalgia, osteoarthritis, thrombocythemia. It's a blood platelet issue where it causes cancer, in your bone marrow. Gastroparesis, stomach ulcers. What else did they just gave me something else. I kind of lose track after a while because I'm having foot surgery next week because like my feet are kind of gnarled from arthritis and it causes a lot of pain. So I have to get that. I had the one done and then the left one needs to be done now.
So I just tell my doctor now when she tells me things, put it on my tab.
I know, right? Like you're like, oh, whatever. Just tell me how to maintain it. Let's move on.
The last thing they told me was I have a cyst in my third ventricle, and it can cause sudden death, right? If it grows and it's between the don't have to do anything and have to do anything. 8 centimeters, you don't have to do anything, 10 you do, and it's 9. Yeah. And I'm just like, just put it on my tab. I got to keep going. What the heck?
On my thyroid. I have cysts on my thyroid, so
Yeah.
they always
Yep.
monitor them. And he says, well, it's not quite big enough to do a biopsy, so we'll just leave it alone and keep monitoring it. I'm like, all right, fine. It's the same thing with the blood work. Like, I have to continue going back, and maybe today will be the day they'll tell you have cancer. But whatever. I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna live like that and worry about it.
No, I don't think you
It is
can, Brenda. I don't think you can. But I will say that if I were looking at you just from someone who didn't understand autoimmune stuff,
Mhm.
because it runs in our families, right? It probably runs in yours.
Yeah.
I would just sit there and say, you look fine.
Yes.
There's nothing
I mean,
wrong.
and that I like that and hate that, because
Yeah.
you know what people do then? There's nothing wrong with you. I get those all the time. Or you're too young to have those problems.
Right.
Or yeah, you look fine. That's the one I always get. And I'm like, what do you want me to do? Roll out of bed and with my hair all up, like, I take pride in my appearance. I don't want to look sick, but I don't want you to tell me there's nothing wrong with you.
Right. And I'd go sit on the couch at work. I had a couch put into our big room in between our offices. And I'd go sit down and we started meeting. And next thing you know, there'd be Valerie, wake up. Valerie. I'd just be like, oh.
Yeah. When you're sick, like, it just wipes you. You can't.
It does.
Like, whenever, oh my God, the last time I had a flare up with my ulcers, I seriously thought I was having a heart attack.
Yeah.
And it was at work. And I had a physician's assistant that was there, and she's like, I think you're having a heart attack. We're calling the ambulance. I'm like, oh no.
Oh.
I ended up going, and they're like, nope, it was just your ulcers flaring up. I'm like, great.
There you go. It's like,
That's a positive.
yeah, there you go.
Not
And
a
I
heart
want
attack.
to commend you on your channel, though. You've been 7 months, and so let's talk about growing YouTube channels.
Yes.
Because I tell you what, you are really good at this. You've been on 7 months, and you're over 1,800 subscribers. That is really good. Now you'll see me. I've been on 2 years, and I have 15. I'm on the slow boat. You know what? I'm just.
But you are, like,
how
you
it works.
said, you work.
I do. I do.
So I'm able
Regardless
to.
how tired I am, I will. Well, because I'm self-employed now. If I don't work, it's a huge problem for me. I have to, regardless of what's going on. That's why when I do, like when I'm working on remodels, I'll come home with such big bruises everywhere because I'll be doing a hammer and I'll just start getting tired and whack my hand.
Ugh. I would do that without being tired.
Great. Hey, little Dublin. Carpenter Rick Glennis is in the house. Hey, Glennis, it's Furball. We have a whole bunch more. I'm going to read them out. Phantom Hodges, Joan, how are you doing? We have Droning About Northwest. I love seeing you in here. We have Ed in here. We have, let me see, I have to go back. Up in the House Records, Orlando. How you doing, darling? Novice Quads from those guys. Tomorrow he's on with Phantom Flight 101 with those guys. It's at 5 o'clock Eastern, guys. Don't forget that. We have all jump off the A. I know probably all of you have, Brenda, but I'm just bringing y'all up. So I'm going back. Mr. Doughboy's in the house.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen some of them.
Oh, Brenda, yeah. Could you put your name in here?
Sure.
So they can get you. And I'm going to tell you, a lot of our guys. Oh, I didn't get your message, little dumpling. Did you send me a message? Okay, I will look for it. Thanks for the plug. Anytime, Novice. I love your live stream. Geeksylvania, how are you doing? Oh, Brenda, you don't have a thing. Let me give it. Because if a troll comes in, we get to play Whack-A-Troll, which is the fun thing.
Oh, yeah. I need some of that sometimes. Sometimes I get some trolls.
I tell you, I don't always go on streams when I'm not a mod. Because I want to hit all the trolls. And it's not fun when I can't. I'm like, I'm ready, guys. I'm ready. My fingers start itching. I can tell when one's getting ready to come in. No. Little Dumpling, I'll be looking for your message, okay, darling? I will. So a lot of the people within my streams, I don't know if you've noticed this either, they have either autoimmune problems, they have bad backs where they can't, work anymore. They, I mean, I'm not gonna,
I thought about that.
yeah, I'm not
The
gonna
disc
tell
thing.
all your diseases, guys, or all the things that are going on with you, but it's like, it's amazing how many of us now, for whatever reason, are suffering with this stuff. And that's one thing I really love about YouTube. Because I can go
Yeah,
on.
you get to connect with all these people.
Right. Have you ever flown a drone, Brenda?
No, I was talking about that today in Rogers this morning, and I said, what kind of drone would be not too expensive that if I smashed it, it wouldn't be that, because I think the first time I would try to fly one, it might not be.
Okay, so the first time I tried to fly one, mine kept hitting me in the head. I'm sure you'll be better.
Oh, well, that's not as bad as like crashing into a.
Yeah, hold on, Brenda. Let me. Oh, there we go. Brenda, did you freeze on us? Brenda, you may have
I don't know.
frozen.
Am I froze?
Yeah, I don't see your picture. Do you have your?
I'm frozen.
There we go. There we go. You're there.
I'm not.
Okay, if I lost the volume, you will see me just go under my desk at this point.
Can
Yeah.
you still hear me? You can hear me. Okay.
Oh, Genesis says he blames the nuclear testing, and Gates of Sylvania says typing like you were tired, droning about Northwest. Yeah, you know what? For those of you who've been in those nuclear areas, I don't know. I think a lot of things have been
Yeah.
happening, and I just don't think we know everything. I think I got to put
Right.
on the front porch, please. So anyway, so I was watching it, but you really grew, and it seems like you. I mean, some of your thumbnails are just so crazy and fun. I mean, they're so great, and you seem to have the whole package of what's going on. Can you, Val, get her to say hi on chat so we can go to her channel. Can you say it again? Yes, you guys do want to pick her up. She's really fun. I get to be Repo Man tomorrow. Be careful, darning about Northwest.
Oh,
Yeah, there she is, Brenda Kline. So tell me how you grew, because like 4 months ago, you're like, oh yeah, I hit 200. 4 months ago, yeah, I hit 300. Still 4 months ago, yeah, I hit 5. I mean, you just really steamed forward. How did you do that?
I think I have a bit of an obsessive compulsive disorder too. Not a bit. I do have it. That is a diagnosis I do have, obsessive compulsive disorder. So, I mean, when you're first diagnosed, and I do put that on my mental health blog, I talk about obsessive compulsive disorder for people that it's debilitating. Like you can't even get out of the house unless certain things. And I was that way many, many, many years ago. But now obsessive compulsive disorder for me, like this type of stuff.
Yeah.
So what I did was I learned everything I could. I watched all of the influencers like that Daryl Eves and Brian G. Johnson, watched them all.
I like Brian G.
Yeah, I watched them over and over, like all of theirs, just tons of hours of them. And then I kept trying to find different editing tools that I could use, because the other problem is I'm not always that savvy. So it had to be something that was easy to use and would make it look a little bit better. And I also watched a lot of the big YouTubers. Like people were always like, why are you watching those big YouTubers? They got enough views. But that's not the point. They can teach you something.
Right.
Watch them. See how they do their videos. I mean, you can see at the beginning, what I didn't even know that you could turn your phone to make it look better.
Right? Right?
then,
How are you going to learn that if you're not watching?
right. Because you can tell the people that don't. Those people that continue on this and don't learn, that drives me crazy. Like, you have to pay attention. Please learn some things so that you can improve your videos and get more people to watch you and get out there. And the other thing is that you need to get out there. There are people that will not get on any type of social media whatsoever. Nothing except for
Right.
YouTube. You're already out there. What's the difference? YouTube already got you. So why
That's
not?
right. They do. For
You
any
know,
of our
go on
conspiracy
Twitter.
theorists.
Like, Twitter's
Conspiracy-
easy. Like, Twitter's
Yeah.
easy. You don't have to put very much stuff in it. You don't have to put a whole bunch of personal information in there. It's very simple. You can get out there, find a whole bunch of other people. Like, I think I have 2,500 people, followers on Twitter. Like, you want to get those numbers. So, and I think some of them are.
I think I have 65 because I took off that much. Oh my God.
Oh, well, at least you got to start somewhere, right?
I was
But
saying
it's
65. I thought you were going to say like Instagram.
Oh,
But
Instagram
Twitter,
too.
really, that's great. You
There
do
too.
on that too?
Yes, I have Instagram. I have Instagram, Facebook,
Oh my
um,
God.
and Facebook. Really, I use that more for the mental health blog because
Right.
there's a Facebook page for that. So when it uploads, I upload to that blog. It says it on there, and it tells people that don't want to subscribe to the blog. But I use that more for that. But I do say stuff on there on my personal one. Also, Snapchat, I have that. But I put my stuff on all of these, and you have to talk to other people. You can't just think, oh, I'm going to post all this and then I'm going to go viral. Nope. You need to be friends with these people so that they will also share your information. Because if you don't, why are they going to give a crap? You're not looking at their stuff. You're not talking to them. Why should they care about you?
Right. Right.
You got to interact. You got to connect with people, you know? But I'm obsessive, so it's a little different.
Well, because I see you a lot of places, Brenda.
Yes.
You know, I have a lot of hours at work when certain days I'm gone 12 to 14, 15 hours a day. But even while I'm at work now, I'm trying to keep up. But there's so many videos to watch. So I'm going into live streams when our guys are on their live streams. I'm trying to make sure that they know it matters to me.
Right. And that's what I'll do is I'll be on their live stream and then go over on like my phone or old tablet I have and watch a video while I'm on their live stream at the same time.
That's what I've been doing.
Yeah, you have to keep up with everything. Because the other thing is I'm usually in bed by 8:30.
Wow. Yeah.
Because I'm the only reason why I'm this hyper right now is because I drank a bunch of Starbucks before I got on here. It was so
Very cool. Very cool.
I had the energy. Because usually about this time of the night, I'm like wiped out.
Right.
Yeah, so.
You're on the East Coast, yes?
Yes. I'm
Okay.
Yeah.
So how does your family feel about you being YouTube and doing a lot of this?
My daughter. Did you think I
No,
heard?
your husband, your family, what are they thinking?
My daughter, she obviously is in some of the stuff. Like if she's been in my live streams and some of my videos, like I did the last video I did was that 21-year-old thing, where she turned 21. It was awesome.
Yeah.
But she doesn't really do YouTube at all. Like she barely watches anything on there. She just does it because mom is making her. But I mean, she tries to support me as much as possible. She does. Like she'll share out my stuff. The last time I put something on Facebook and said, can you guys play my playlist? Somebody just play my playlist so that I can, you don't have to watch it. Just at least sit it off to the side. Play my playlist a little bit for me, please. I know you've seen these, but can you do that? Right. She replied and said, it's really not that much of an inconvenience for you people. That's all you'd have to do is put it in another room, turn the volume off, and let it play. He's like, what is wrong with you people? Like, because people were like, well, I don't really want to watch. And she's like, no, you don't watch it. You just sit it over there.
Yeah, just turn on, let it go. So what are your watch
Right.
hours right now like, Brenda?
I think I have 1,000 more to go.
Okay, that's not bad.
I didn't think, that's not too bad.
No, we're talking 7 months, and you're
Yeah.
already probably over 3,000 hours of watch time.
Yes.
That's not bad at all. In fact, I'm going to say that, what was it? It took me a lot longer than I had thought it was going to take.
Yeah, I know. It takes forever, doesn't it?
Because I did 4,000 watch hours. Who's going to watch me?
I know. That's what I thought. I was like, wait. And I think it's mostly because there's so many people helping me with the playlist thing. Like they're playing I just put all my videos into one playlist.
Right? To start and go.
Yeah.
But
I have some smaller ones. If people don't want to do that, they can just play the little, little ones like the challenges. I think there's 3 in there.
Right. I think that you got some watch time from me today because I was going through your videos. So there should be
Thank
some
you.
there.
Thank you. She was doing some research.
Yeah, that's right. I was. And so let me ask you some personal stuff. So how many times have you been married? Yeah, me too. Don't worry. Not married now, so 3 times it didn't work.
Yeah. Right. 3 times supposed to be charm, right?
So sweet. So sweet. Because I saw your tattoos. Everyone in here may not know this, but you are pretty much from the shoulders kind of down, tattooed up.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like on here, I don't. But then once you go to there, I am.
Yeah.
So jobs I've had in the past, maybe they didn't like it. So then I would just wear stuff like this.
Right. So you had to have it where you could still be covered up and work, right? Yeah. So, and you actually got tattooed on your stomach. Was that not painful?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I saw that and I was like, ow, I heard just looking at that.
Yeah, that's the most painful part of your body, I think, is the stomach. It's because, like the softer part of your body is going to hurt the worst. Like my legs, when I've gotten my leg, I fell asleep whenever he was doing my legs.
Oh, okay.
So it doesn't, it hurts, but it's not really a bad pain. I don't know how to explain that. Like, it's not a bad pain.
Yeah, Night Train says he had to do the same. He had to keep it where it was all covered up. He said his shoulder blades hurt. No, on the ground.
That didn't hurt for me. Underneath, like my armpit, that hurt. That hurt.
I think you're brave. I tell people the reason I don't do it is because when I get older, it's all going to fall. But I don't do it because I don't like pain. My skin can be very painful just to touch it sometimes. Just touching lightly, it can hurt me. And so I know if I got tattooed,
it takes longer for me to recover from things.
Right?
So, it bruises a lot more than a regular person because I'm a bleeder and I bruise easily. But I like it, something that I always loved. And I always think of it as like a photo album. Like people always say, well, what if you don't like that in 10 years? Okay, so I did then. I liked it then. That was a big part of my life at that point. So it's like a photo album. This happened in that, 10 years ago, and that's what I liked. So that's okay.
Yeah, I think she is pretty too. Oh, thank you, Jennifer.
Oh, thank you.
I think talking to Brenda, not me, because I'm the old one here.
No, remember, I'm not that young.
You're a lot younger than me. I'm 60. I'm gonna be 60.
Well, I'll be 46.
A lot younger than me. Yeah. 40s were great. I enjoyed my 40s.
I could go like 35. That would be good because then you know some stuff by then. You'd live some life.
I hate to say it. I wouldn't go back for anything.
Oh no.
I would say here, I would not go back for anything. Oh.
Yeah. like they say, oh, if you could go back and change, but why would I change it? This is who it made me into.
Yeah,
I
right.
don't change
So
anything. I like
with Claude, he says he's 38. No, you're not, Claude.
no,
My friend, you're not.
no way, Claude. No Claude.
So I saw the reason why I brought up how many times have you been married was not to embarrass you, but your tattoos actually are based on your life. You
Yeah,
know, when you
they
had
all have.
as you went through your life, you have one tattoo because someone didn't want you to have one. You got another one because your second marriage didn't work, and so your life story is kind of on your body. Yeah,
Yes.
I found that fascinating. I would have been afraid of what I would have put.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, obviously, I would put some thought into it, and I mean, like the Edgar Allan Poe one for the Raven. I love Edgar Allan Poe no
Right,
matter what, so I probably would
right.
have gotten it anyway. But
Like your gecko.
oh my god, that's awful. That was
It's
my
a
first
cute gecko.
tattoo. It was terrible.
He was a little fat.
Yeah, he got all stretched out because I got him before I was pregnant.
He didn't quite look like the little gecko for a Geico guy. He
No,
wasn't quite like that, but he's still cute.
he used to be small. And
That's
every
one
time I would
problem
go
I
to
would
the
have had. Had
doctor,
I had one, all of a sudden my tattoos start growing. Oh my gosh.
well, it was mostly because he got stretched out from the pregnancy. I had him before I was pregnant, and then every time I would go into the doctor, he would say, "Oh, he's turning into an alligator."
Jeez.
Like, thanks. He's gonna look awful like after.
So guys, I don't want you to leave this stream, but if you do want to see the tattoos, because she has a lot of them, she explains why she has them and what they mean to her. She actually has a video based just on that. And I thought that was very cool. Well, I watched so many of them, but the things that talked about you personally, I thought was pretty darn good.
Thank you.
So that was really nice. So you're obsessive compulsive, and you believe that that helped you build your channel. And
Yes.
it's also because you're home and you have the time to watch and to participate.
Yes. I
So
think
what
so.
are some of the live streams that you participate in? Have you been on Ken Herons?
No.
Somebody, I think it was Learning About Northwest, said, oh, she used to be on Ken Herons.
I don't think so. No.
You guys always try to go back to drones. Hey, down the rabbit hole. How you doing?
You know, I mean, you mean like just in the live stream or on panel?
On panel.
No. I've only been on God the Good One.
Yeah.
I've been on his panel.
He's the one with the mask, right?
Yes.
Does
Yes.
he wear it during the live stream too?
Yes. He's never ever taken it off.
So nobody knows who he actually is.
No, they do not. No.
You know what? That's still cool. You know.
Yeah. I think he's hilarious. I mean, if you like British humor,
I do.
you have to go and watch him because he's hilarious. But I've been on his panel a couple times. Hazy Days. He's and Ian Matthews. I think that's it.
So what do you think about going on panels? Is that something you like doing?
Yeah. I was thinking about it for a second.
Yeah. Like it or not?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really bother me. Oh, crap. Hold on. I'm frozen. I gotta plug it in.
Okay. Was your phone getting ready to die?
Yes. Okay. Am I back now? No.
No. And I'm not on my tablets. I'm not sure why. So go up and see if your camera's on. Are you
Is that
there,
it?
Brenda? No,
Now did I get it?
no. Is your camera on? There you go.
Yeah.
Got you now.
It just took a minute.
So so I know a lot of us go on other channels and we go on panels. What would you rather be, on a panel or in the chat?
I think it just depends on the discussion. I don't mind, like, some people are always like, I don't want to go on a panel because I don't know what they'll ask me, and can I answer that, or do I feel stupid if I say I don't want to talk about that or something like that, you know? And I don't ever care. Like, I've always just been better at winging it. So
Right.
never, even when I would do trainings for 120 people, I would wing it usually. I never really prepared. If it was for, you know, obviously if you had to do a PowerPoint or something, you would prepare. But if it wasn't, if it was something I was knowledgeable about, I would just run with it. Like, so that
Right.
part doesn't bother me. I like to be in the chat sometimes. Like, some people will ask me to come on. Cole has asked me to come on his, Cole Outdoors.
Yeah.
He's asked me to come on his, and it's always like early in the morning and I'm not showered.
Right.
I'm not
Right.
doing that. I have to at least look presentable.
Sometimes I go to Roger's chat. Well, I go to it every day, Canadian Drone Hub, and I'll have my brush in my hand and I'll be stumbling into my room, turning on the lights. Okay, Roger, we're ready.
Yeah.
Because he's early in the morning. I'm not.
Yeah. No, I'm just having my coffee and I'll be in there the whole time with them. But no.
Oh, Juneau County Droner, who's Robert Stanton, he said no, Ken Heron did one of her challenges. The
Oh.
hot chocolate one, I think.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
Okay. Okay, so I got it wrong, is what you're saying? Yeah. Sorry about that, Robert. Sorry.
Yeah, I
Hi,
remember.
welcome this guy. I just don't want to miss anyone. I always feel like I'm missing people. I'm not saying hi to everyone.
Mel from 400 AGL.
Yeah.
He was on Lloyd's.
Yes.
And they showed that same video, that challenge, that taco challenge thing.
Yes.
They wanted me to come on, but it was after 8:30 and I was in bed. I was like, nah, sorry.
Right. It's just sometimes they're on too late.
My husband's laying right beside me. He would be pissed.
Right. Excuse me while I watch this. Oh my God, too funny. So when you're so when you hit 1800, what was that like for you?
Cool. I was like, awesome.
Because it happened really fast for you. I mean, you really are doing the grind, what you need to do to get where you're going.
Yeah. Whenever, like, I think the 1,000 was the one that I was extremely excited, and I actually cried whenever I got it.
Right.
But after that, you know, I get excited each time you hit that next milestone, but it's not as exciting as that 1,000. You know, anything that where you hit that requirement that they make you hit, you always feel extra excited by that.
Right. Because when I first started, the big requirement was to hit 100 subscribers, right? And then they changed it, and they changed the minutes. And right as it was coming up to when they were going to change it, I was getting so close to 100. But it took me months, 8, 9 months. I mean, when I started, I was just sitting on the camera going, hi, everybody. Here is my dog, Ranger. Yeah, I was terrible. I mean, I keep them up just so I can go back and remember what that was like. But yeah.
People have said that. They're like, well, what are you going to take this down? I said, why? It shows the progression of me learning how to do things and me feeling more comfortable with me being on there. I've never been shy, but whenever it comes to something that's like a picture or a video that's going to be there forever, I needed to be more comfortable with that because it's forever, you know?
Right. Hey, Adrian, welcome. Yeah, I decided that I was going to leave mine up because it's the same thing. You know, if people want to say, how did you do it? Where'd you come from?
Right.
There, that's it.
Yep.
That's me sitting there going, I don't know what's happening, but I'm here.
Because people will say that. They'll be like, how did you know, like, I can't believe that you got to this point or whatever. And I'll say, go back and look at my first one. Like, you'll know why. Like, you'll see from the time I started. And, you know, it was like, I don't know what the first video I did was maybe like 10 seconds. I think it was the dog trying to attack me.
Talking to the couch, right? It was that one, the dog talking to the couch or something.
Yeah.
With the couch.
Or the one where he was under the truck and trying to bite me. That one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought, you know, we all start somewhere.
Right.
We all
We all
start.
have to work and put our time in and work hard at improving ourselves. You can't just can't happen overnight. You know,
Right.
the days of when you could go into YouTube and just upload a video and go viral, those are over.
Yeah, you know, every once in a while you'll see someone do that. And
Yeah.
and I think that's really cool. But sometimes I think you don't have time to get the journey down.
Yeah.
Right? And be able to handle it.
Right. And then you see like I've seen some of these people. I can't remember which girl it was I was watching. I was watching some YouTuber that she has like 8 million now. And I'm looking at her video and I'm thinking, I know this is terrible to say this, but it just didn't seem that good. And I'm sitting there thinking, how do you have 8 million subscribers?
That's right.
It's just, it kind of, I mean, you're pretty, but it's not really that good. Like you haven't put in any time into the editing. Like I can do that and I'm not very good.
Yeah, you know, I think that there are more of us out there now. So if you came on early, you may be able to rise up a little faster. But nothing makes me more just my teeth grind when I see someone's almost at like 5,000-10,000 and they go, oh, I'm burnt out. I'm just stopping now. I'm just like,
right? Like, no, you cannot.
Took all that time to build and get up there and do those videos and hone your craft a little bit to get where you're going. And then you just throw it away as we're all just trying to make it work.
Right. Like that's so
There's
ungrateful.
no appreciation. That's what it feels like to me. Maybe
you
I'm
need
not.
to be more grateful, and you should be having that gratitude towards all of the people that are watching you. You're throwing that away, and all those people put their time and took their time out of their day to watch you and support you, and you're going to throw it away? That's rude.
Yeah.
It's rude.
Oh, Adrian says he likes your thumbnail. Shows a lot of personality. Brenda, do you want to put your channel name in there really quick? I know Roger's putting a link, but it'll be easy if they can just hit those dots. And Furball, Kim, the Furball, wants you to say hi to the crowd that's in here.
I mean, like verbally or just my name?
Yeah, he wants you to put your name in and then say hi verbally, I think is what he's saying.
Hi! That's my normal word. I'll be like, oh my God, it's Furball Kim, you're here. Thank you so much for coming. That's what I do.
I was watching your live streams really, and you notice that on the I'm gonna have to re-put the thumbnail up because I worked on that thumbnail with all the little squirrels.
Yeah, I saw the little squirrels.
I'm gonna attach it. I'm gonna get rid of the first two ones that didn't work, and I'm gonna put the little squirrels on back on this thumbnail when I get off, so it'll look like it did. Oh, you do voices, awesome.
Oh, I do. I do the dog voices too. Like whenever they see me pick up the dogs, I will be like, "Oh, look at my little baby."
These guys think you're awesome because you are.
Thank you. My little babies are in the room right now. I have my Pomeranian and my Chihuahua. My Chihuahua is 16 years old.
Oh, wow.
So she's sleeping. She can't hear. She's deaf.
Yeah, my dogs aren't in here. My dogs are similar to yours, except for except
for the jerk.
Big
Everybody
husky.
knows the jerk.
He's a bigger husky, like not quite husky, but he looks like that, but he's bigger. And then I have my Saint Bernard. So kind of like a Chihuahua and a Pomeranian, kind of.
I mean, I have that bull terrier mix, but he's a jerk.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a jerk.
Okay.
But he's my husband's dog, so I have to take care of him.
So you have to have them. Yeah. My roommate has 2 cats. As long as they kind of stay to your area, my dogs don't start thinking they're snacks.
Cats plot your death.
So tell me, where do you want to see your channel going, Brenda?
I don't know. I don't ever think of it. Seriously. Like, I don't think of, oh, this is where I want to be in 5 years, or that. I just kind of go with it as it goes. You know what I mean? Like, as it grows, I hope to grow.
Well, and I'll challenge you a little bit on that. And the only reason I say that is because all the videos you watched and all the people who tell you how to do it, you're watching the best people out there. Mm-hmm. Brian D. Johnson, do you watch Sean Cannell too?
I don't know if I heard. I don't think so.
Okay, so Daryl Eves and these guys,
yes,
they really tell you how to grow that. So I think somewhere you have an idea.
Yeah.
But maybe it's just more like wanting to bring value.
Well, yeah. Like, I mean, in general, like that. Not right. Like, oh, I want to be in 10,000 in a year. Not like that. Yes. Well, my value I hope to bring to people is, again, you have to have that. You can hear Lily barking.
Yes.
Is to have that positivity no matter what.
Right.
Like, no matter what. Look, you can have fun in any situation. I don't care what it is. It could be the worst situation ever. You have to think about what you learned from. Even if I had a horrible day and maybe I got in a car accident or anything like that, there's something I learned from that day that I can take positive from it. Like, I can take something from that day. Or, like, okay, the medical issues. Just because you have medical issues doesn't mean that you can't still laugh and have a good time and take, like, there's a man that comes into my live streams every time, and he said that ever since he started coming here, he's been going out, because I say, get outside. You need to get out there and go for a walk. Breathe some fresh air. Let that sun on your face. You will feel so much better, because he was just sitting in his house and he would never leave and go or do anything. So he started doing that. And now he's running 5 miles a day.
Nice.
Because he's been doing that for months now. He's been coming into my streams for months. And I would say the same things. What did you do today? What did you do? Like, I want to hear something positive. I don't want to hear complaining. Because if you complain to me, even whenever I was a supervisor, I'd say, you can come in here and vent all you want. I want you to come in here and vent. But I want to hear what you're going to do to fix it. What can I help you to do to fix it? What are we going to do together to fix it? And what positive can you take from it? You're not going to just complain to complain. We're going to think of a way to make it positive, to make it better, to fix it, to some way to make it better. So I think that's probably part of it, is that just that, I don't know, not attitude, but I'm just hoping to spread that.
Right.
People, especially if people do come in with medical stuff. And yes, it sucks. And you can feel bad someday, but you can't stay there. You can't stay in that position, that feeling bad about yourself. It could be so much worse. You have to think of that. It could be so much worse than what you're dealing with right now.
Well, and if we look at our audiences and some of the people, they're even, I think when you have autoimmune, it's silent, and that makes it hard.
Yes.
But some of our guys have had those things like silent, and then all kinds of things on top of it.
Yes.
They still go. But one of the things I've noticed with the community I'm in is they fly drones, and that seems to be extremely therapeutic.
And that's awesome. You
as long
always,
as they
there's
can
always
fly.
yeah. Yeah, see, that's what I mean. Like, you can find something that can be therapeutic for you. And drones are one for many people. Just going for a walk is many, or
Right.
hiking, or any of that type of taking care of a dog if you don't have one and you just always wanted to. Like that, sometimes taking care of something else makes you feel better. And
Right.
they're awesome for you whenever you're sick. My girls will curl up with me and cuddle me, and it makes me feel so much better that you know
Oh,
that they
yeah.
know, they know that you're sick and they know they want to be there for you.
Yeah,
Like,
my big husky thingy, I call him my husky wolf dog. He'll just lay right across me and be like,
yeah. But they know
move.
when you don't feel good though.
They
They
do.
know I want to be there for you.
They know. They know.
That's why I just love dogs. They're always happy to see you. They're always just there for you. I like
That's
them.
true. That's true. And which is probably why you started your whole channel talking about your dogs, right? And just being about that. Because
Yeah.
that little one looks so, he was just going to do that couch in if it wasn't behaving.
Oh yeah, the bull terrier mix with Teddy.
So
That's
Paul
Teddy.
Murray wants to know if you ever watched Billy Drone Live.
Yes.
Yes.
All the time. We're buddies.
Yeah. I'll play.
Yeah, we're buddies. He always says that he's the male version of me.
There you go.
Because we're both very loud. We're both very energetic. And because he was talking about the other day, he came into my live stream and somebody said, you guys should do a panel together. I said, oh my God, we would blow eardrums out from here to Philadelphia.
Oh my God. It'd be fun. It'd be fun. Sometimes
It would be fun.
find pairings like that work really well. Philly is a madman, and I thought I was nuts. Oh,
I love him. Yeah.
Yeah, Philly is something. That's just the truth of it.
I
That's
actually
just the
lived in
truth.
Philadelphia for 2 years too. Not my place. Not my type of place.
You're not that far from where he is if you start flying drones.
Well, sort of. I'm on the other side of Pennsylvania though. So we're about 6 hours from each other.
Okay, because Pennsylvania is one of the, I used to live in Maryland. Pennsylvania is one of the really long states.
Right. Yeah, I'm on the west. Oh,
You became there you go, you're back. So
it keeps doing that because of the low battery. But I plugged it in.
Thank you. Hey, Centroid.
I forgot what I was saying. Oh, I do that too, and then I forget what I was saying.
Yeah, it's okay because that's how we live now. That's how I live now.
Oh my God, I do it all the time.
Right?
Like the whole time. That's why they'll just make fun of me the entire time during my live stream because I'll be talking about something and then somebody will come in and say something and then I'll totally get off topic and onto that and I'll be like, what was I saying? So then I have a couple people that are supposed to keep track of what I'm saying, and they do. They remind me.
Yeah, see, I'm going to start needing that because I'll just start and all of a sudden I'll have that moment where I'll go and look outside and then come back and go, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Let me.
That's why they'll say squirrel.
Squirrel, right? The kids that I worked with always say that to me. Because I'll be talking, well, and it's a serious subject, and all of a sudden I'll be, and they go, what did you see, a squirrel, Valerie? I'm like, maybe. I'm not going to tell you now.
Yeah.
How you going to make fun of me?
Yes, I did.
So as you're going through all this stuff you're going through, and you're putting this channel together, is it basically dogs in YouTube? Because you really do some really great videos, and you have 2, 3, 4, 3. Okay, hold on, 3 to 4 live streams a week at least. You have your Saturday rant.
Yeah.
Your Thursday. You have a Sunday. And Monday Madness? What? I'm not sure.
Yes. Yeah. I just added, I always did Saturday and Sunday. and then I added in Monday and Thursday.
Right.
And that was usually whenever I was out, coming from the store or something like that. So then I would do a short. Oh, and every time I say it's going to be a short live stream. Never.
No. Brenda, I
Try.
was on your live stream. I was watching you and you go, we're just going to have a short chat, whatever.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, and then I'll look at how long it's going to last. And I'm like, Brenda, you're telling the story.
I know. It's because that's what happens. I'll start telling a story. Like somebody will ask a question and I'll tell a story about it. Because then they'll ask stuff like, I think the other thing is that a lot of people didn't know about me too, is I don't have family except for my husband and my daughter. Like my father passed away when I was 7 and he committed suicide. So that was, and then I came from a family of criminal, delinquent, I don't know, bunch of stuff. So I moved away from all that. And people are always like, why still don't understand why you are so positive after you came from that. Then you had 2 failed marriages and the medical issues and all that stuff went together. I said, again, it made me who I am. I like me. So if I wouldn't have gone through all those things, I wouldn't be who I am. I wouldn't have the ability to help other people. I wouldn't have been able to have the ability to understand and help other people through hard times in their lives.
I gotta tell you, just because I have this really huge empathetic nerve. And you said the suicide thing, there was a time in my life where I felt like that. And I just feel, it's just like, oh, but you're right.
Yeah.
I mean, I always tell people, and when I worked with kids who were within that realm, and I said, so what choice do you have? You can stay here or you can go here. What choice do you have?
Mm-hmm.
There's no choice here. But of course, there always is a choice.
Right.
But to stay just sad forever.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about clinical depression, right? I'm talking, unless you get treated, it can be very sad for people in here.
Yeah.
But I think, Brenda, you did the right thing. I was going to show you something I got. I know that's going to scare Kim. So I got this thing in the mail today. Do you see it?
Yeah.
Okay. So this, you know what I hate? I hate the fact that when I'm in my car and I wanted to do videos, I can't. I used to do them in my car. And I would put this, right, stomp it onto my whatever thing and it'd be all, or I put it on something else. This goes on my visor. So it's on my visor up above here with this here. So I can lean it down and do that. And it's not going to fall off because it's right here on my visor.
Yeah. That's great. It's the one I just got.
Huh?
It's like the one I just got.
Oh, did you get a visor one too?
Well, it's suctions up there, but it's on there hard, so it's not going anywhere, and it like clamps down on the phone so it won't move.
Yes.
No matter what.
I couldn't get the ones that are supposed to suction. I don't know why they don't work. Hey JT, so nice to see you in here, my darling. Drone Pool. Oh my God, I'm so happy you're here. Drone Pool has the sweetest doggy in the world, Brenda. The name is Annie.
Aww.
I know.
I have Lily and Phoebe are my girls.
Yeah, so I got this so I could start because I'm spending a lot of time in my car again. So I can just hook this onto my visor and it'll be up here and I can just go and I don't have to worry about it.
It's awesome to have that in there because then you can. Like sometimes if I'm out at the store and it's taking me too long because I take breaks in between, when I get in the car, then I can do my live stream and not be real late with it.
Right.
I try to keep it the same time, like on the weekends, Saturday and Sunday, it's always like at 11, but usually starts 11:45 because I always have technical difficulties.
Right? Like it's tonight. I never have.
Yeah,
I mean, it was bad
it's
tonight.
me. I'm telling you, I've given you bad vibes for the technical difficulties.
I gotta tell you, Roger always was at the time was forgetting to turn his speaker on a couple times. Remember that, Roger? And then next year, I'm doing it now. I think it's spreading like a virus.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't believe I did that. So, Brenda, I'm having my squirrely moment. So I just thought, why I have a wrench, but my typing is being timed out.
What? Who says that?
Kim, your typing is being timed out. It shouldn't be, hon, because you have a wrench.
Yeah, how would it do that? Nobody else can do that to him.
Yeah. I don't know what's happening, Kim. So I know sometimes if you type too much, you'll say it, but once you have a wrench, you can do the typing you need to do. So I don't know what's happening. Kim, you're special. That could be one thing.
Maybe.
Because he's special. So when you're doing all of your live streams, I've seen that you're doing a lot of live streams, but you're still managing to get some content out that isn't live streams. Do you
Yes.
think that's important for a channel?
Yes. Yes. Don't just do, I think that you need to throw in some content that people can, because they're not going to, you want someone to be able to go back and watch some stuff. So, I mean, who's going to go back and watch a whole hour, 2 hours of a live stream? Some people would like to just go back and watch a 10-minute video or a 5-minute video. Like my actual videos, I try to keep them all under 10 minutes. Now that I learned,
Right. Do you find that your videos, I did a video 2 years ago. I think it was 2 years ago. It may have been, it was probably not this past summer, maybe last summer, before summer, whatever. And I did it on lawnmower and I went to start it. I couldn't remember how to start it and I thought it was broken.
Oh.
And so I come out and I looked on Google and said to do this thing. So I go out, I go, and it starts. I'm getting ready to film how it won't start and what I'm going to do to see if it will start. And it's filming and I'm just like, so when something doesn't start, what the hell? What the hell happened? But anyway, I went ahead and put it up. I told him everything I did. And then I went to Google to see how I need to start it because I just forgot. It's a battery lawnmower, and it's one of the new ones. There you go. And I just had a guy. It was maybe two years ago when I first started that first summer on my channel, and he goes, "Thank you so much. You just saved me." Because he couldn't remember either. And every year I get at least someone commenting, "Thank you so much."
And that's great, right?
Save me.
Yeah. Like, I don't really do anything that's going to help anyone, though.
Paul Murray saying, the lawnmower video infamous. And I think it has 8,000 or 9,000 views.
That's cool.
Yeah, none of my other stuff has these,
and I think it just depends. It always just depends on what the video is about.
Yeah.
Like, some of them I'll get, like that Choco Challenge one. I had 500 and some views from it. And some of the other ones you may only get 100 or 200.
But most of yours seem to be 380. I mean, you have a really good base to your channel. Kind of an organic base to your channel. People who want to watch you. I've seen people with 5,000 subscribers getting 25 to 30, 40 views. And I wonder, how does that work?
Yeah. Did everybody just stop watching?
Yeah, I think maybe I had one guy come on and I think he had 600 subscribers. There wasn't anybody in here, believe me, it wasn't our drone community, but he was just talking about his beard. And I was like, how did you get this many viewers? But he only would get 10 people watching any of his videos.
So he just went around and he probably just went to like the sub for sub and the networking stuff like that. And just got people to follow him, and then they weren't going to really watch him.
So what do you think about that? And I'm not going to pick on any channels.
No.
I think everyone has a reason, and growing together is a good thing. But,
I think so. Yes.
But if people are on there just picking that up, what do you think is going to happen to their channels?
That's what's going to happen. That's always you're going to get 10, 20 views. You may have 5,000 people, but you're not going to get any views. So where's your channel going to go? You're always going to have all these dead subscribers. You want to connect with people. Like, I totally agree with going.
It's okay. Come back.
I totally agree with going in and connecting with people, like a community, like how Roger's stream is. It's a community of people. You're not going in there just to sub and then leave. You're going in there to talk about something. Like, he has a topic to his, even if it's just the general chat, you guys are chatting about things. You're not just going, okay, let's get each other, and then that's it.
Right.
You need to have banter. You need to have a topic, or talking back and forth, or getting to know each other, that type of thing.
Yeah, something needs to happen. Hey, Metro, welcome. I love Metro. So that's the one thing I've noticed. If it is purely something else, they won't have a topic at all. And I know that in our community, we believe in supporting each other, right? Because you want to see that. And we have so many flipping wonderful drone flyers. And it's sad when I see a really great drone flyer who has 10 subscribers. And then I go to Beard and he has 600.
Right.
But nobody's watching me. He's just going, look at my beard today. It's like, what?
I know. Like, I'll see that on some of those people that I'll see in my other like Cole's Outdoors, God the Good One. I'll see that same person just pop in and out, and never even have a conversation with anyone. And then I'll go look at their channel, and they have a whole bunch of subscribers, but like you said, no views. Because nobody cares about you, because you don't care about them.
That's right. I can't always watch everybody.
Yeah.
I try
to
get around to all our guys and watch some videos. And I've been seeing some stunning videos. Ed's one of them. Ed's a great FPV flyer, but he flies so fast. I think he's going to wreck on his dress. And I'm like, slow down, Ed. You're going too fast.
I can't remember who I was watching the other day. They were doing that. And he was flipping around and like going, but it was just awesome how he was doing. I'm like thinking, how in the heck I would have smashed into many things on the way through there.
Right.
But I can't remember who it was now.
Brenda, do you want to put something in the chat again? Metro is asking who you are. Yeah, you are a little behind, but it's fine, Metro. Anytime you come in is good. It's good time. But yeah, so I have a whoop. I'm going to start doing it. And then I'm also going to Canada this summer, and I'll see Kim and Roger, and then we're going to build a drone. That is a plan I have. So I think that's the one misnomer. I see some channels growing really fast because they're picking up everything in the sun, but they can't possibly watch everyone in the sun. Right? Yeah. So it makes it a little bit. Oh, he says, LOL, Val's life. I am in controlled crash a lot of the time. I know. God, Ed is so funny. But he's just, I love Ed. But sometimes I think that, I know Sean Cannell, a lot of them talk about organic communities. And I do think that is the way to grow. though.
Yeah.
I pick up channels if they come on and they say, hey, I'm going to watch a channel. A lot of times I'll pick them up. I'll go check out that channel. I'll watch what they have to offer. It's not always.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just go, oh no, no, no.
I do that.
Yeah, it's
I'll
not
go
the
and I'm like, oh
drone.
my God, I can't. I just can't.
I love the drone flyers, and I really, if I don't get to their channels, not because I don't like what they're doing. It's sometimes I have so many on my
Yeah.
playback list, on my watch later list, that by
I totally agree. I can't, like I'm sorry. I really would love to, but I just can't get to everyone. But I do try. Like I won't be able to get to see every one of your videos, but I will every few. You'll be able to
right,
catch maybe
right.
third
That's what
one.
I try to do. And if they
Yeah.
come into like all these guys that are coming into my live streams, well, I'm going to hit them up all this week. I will make sure I do that because
Right.
these guys are the
Oh yeah, yeah.
best
Me
guys.
too.
We
They
have
take the
such
time. They take the
community.
time to come in here out of their day. They take the time to come and listen to me ramble, like I always say to them. Like if you guys took the time to come in here and listen to me ramble and just go from topic to topic within seconds,
Right,
I'm
right.
definitely getting.
Oh my God. Okay, slow is good as long as the number you get support you. Yeah. And don't affect
Oh,
the
no.
quad. And when I see you live, try and stop by. Oh, yes, yes, yes,
Yes.
yes.
Me
Back
too.
from this guy, it's full of drama, and YouTube is much better than the repetitive cable TVs. You know what?
Oh,
It's true.
absolutely.
That's
Yes, you have
true.
so many different creators and styles. Even say, okay, you got a bunch of drone channels, right? But everybody's different. Everybody has their own
That's right.
personalities, their own style, their own everything in it. You put so much into it, you yourself. Just because it's a drone doesn't mean it's the same as everyone else. You all got
Yeah.
your own personalities, which I love. That's what I love about this. I can see somebody from Germany and somebody from England and somebody from Canada and somebody from Pennsylvania, all in one day.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you the one thing I think is really really great is when you go on to a live stream and all your friends come in, and then you get to go see them too. And even we can do private Google Hangouts also. It works really well. I I was reading the chat and my thought kind of left me, guys. So if I'm stuttering,
Oh, that's okay. I do that all the time. I'll be like,
I'm
trying to catch up with my brain.
I can't ever catch up with my brain. Okay, as I get older, it's getting a little easier to catch my brain, which is scary in its own right. It's just
My
scary.
mouth is never in sync with my brain.
So when we were talking about organic audiences, I've had a few things happen on my stream where these guys are what kind of pulled me through, right? They're supportive, they're lovely, and one thing I'll say I always feel like is the only reason I get to be here is because they're here.
Right.
Right.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, then I'd just be talking to myself. Do you feel that with your stream, Brenda?
I mean, I do, but
Right?
but I'd rather talk to someone else, not just myself.
It's so funny because when I first started doing these things, I started walking around the house and I just start talking. Nobody's there. I'm just talking away.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And one thing I realized is on these streams, Brenda, I don't know if you have too, is reality TV became a really big deal. We had Honey Boo Boo that I never watched. My son accused me of being a closet Honey Boo Boo watcher, but I did not watch it. I swear to God.
I did watch a couple of them just to see what they got.
And it was so much reality TV, right? It's
Yeah.
reality. But now it's real reality TV. is what I
Right.
find YouTube. It
Yeah.
is in the moment.
I mean, you do have some people that are fake on here, and you can tell. Like, that is not their personality. You can tell they're faking it. And that was another reason why at the beginning, whenever I was just doing the dog stuff, and you could tell in my voice, I was trying to be very professional about it. And I was like, I can't do this. I don't know how people can be fake like this. That's insane. I cannot be fake. So as you saw the videos progress, you could see more me come out of it.
Well, and that's kind of, I know it sounds funny, but it's like who you are. It can't stay bottled, I wouldn't think. Sooner or later,
Right.
it's like the YouTubers that are kind of mean, right? All of a sudden they'll just put out a really mean stream or really mean thing telling people what's what and who's who and all that. And that's them. Believe it. If they're telling you who they are, just believe them.
Yeah.
And I've watched some of these, but I watched one person come on and I like him. And he was going up on this troll, telling him, come on over, he's going to take care of you. Come on over, Carlos, or something like that. I cracked up so hard I started watching him. He's gone off since. And it was so flippin' funny.
Yeah.
And I thought, this is him. I'm going to believe who he is. But it is hysterical.
Yeah.
It's hysterical. So I'm like glued to the screen.
Well, it's like my rants. Like, everybody sees me, they think, oh, Brenda's happy all the time and nice all the time. No. There are some things that will push that button and make me mad. And I will tell you. I'm not going to hold it in. I'm going to tell you. So
yeah, I think there's a difference between going after someone because you want to hurt them, or just standing in your truth and saying, guys, this is what I see. Now, my community is really good with letting me be who I am, and all of those different flavors and colors of what I am, right? And I think that's true for you too, because when I'm watching yours, you kind of have all these, but we all do. And if you aren't going to show any of that, that makes it harder. Honestly, Brenda, if you were always happy, I don't know that I would have said, yeah, maybe, because I watched your stuff before I went on a deeper dive. And I really do have to see a few different sides, or what are we going to talk about?
Oh, right. Like, and I think that's what I mean by the fake people. Like, the people and like they're happy all the time. Come on, nobody's happy all the time. Yes, you can be positive and like I am, try to think of the positive and stuff like that. But of course you're gonna get mad every once in a while. Everyone does. Like, I'm not gonna wake up every morning and be like, yay, like, it just doesn't happen. Like, if you got me first thing in the morning, I'd be like, what are you trying to do?
Stop twisting my head.
Yeah.
I used to say when I go on Rogers, before I was on his panel all the time, I started going on his panel every day. He asked me to do that back in, I can't remember. I think it was May, before May, maybe. And then he's always on mine, except for when we had this fiasco where things aren't working. And I remember thinking, I have dysthymia, and you probably know what that is. So I call it the Eeyore disease, where everybody's usually here and I'm just below that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm always like, yeah, my tail fell off. It really helped to go on every day and be with the Canadians. Because first of all, they can be very funny even when they don't know it.
Yes.
And they had me rolling yesterday because we did just a conversation, and I just could not. I was laying down on my couch talking to Kim and Roger. Next thing you know, I'm on the floor rolling. Evidently, I'll tell you the story. Kim, is it okay if I tell the story? These two Canadian bachelors take their female dog to the doctor, and she had yeast under her arms. And the doctor did that and smelled it and said, your dog smells like a vagina.
Okay.
So you have these two bachelor Canadians staring at their doctor going, what? No, what? And then they told her they had to go buy some ointment, the same kind a female would buy for something like that.
Oh no.
And I will tell you that I was rolling because Roger goes, if they announce it throughout the whole pharmacy, I'm leaving. And I said, don't worry, it'll be like Tanya going, aisle three, aisle three, we have two men that need some.
Right. They're not going to just say that.
So they had me rolling on the ground because you asked anyone else that, they'd just be like, oh, is that what my dog needs? But these two guys, that is never how that's going to work out. That is just never how that's going to work out.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I can just see his face.
But that's the kind of thing I think, well, with my dysthymia, having coffee every day with them really helped me get my morning going, helped me get started in the day. And I don't know, that's what I think I look for when I'm looking at a stream, something that's, oh, poor back from this guy, he's gagging. It was a female vet.
Oh, it was a female.
Imagine a man vet saying that.
So I can imagine how embarrassed they were.
They were, yeah, monostat 7 on 5.
Oh my God, no. Kim, he said, as long as I don't get offended, nothing. I'm telling you, nothing offends me. I go in
offended, right? Yeah, it's okay. He sent Roger to get the cream. Because he wouldn't. He goes, Valerie, people know me in this town. And I said, just tell them you're getting it for your lady. And he said, I'm not going to say that. I said, well, Roxy's your lady, your doggy, right? She's a girl.
Well, you could say that. You're getting it for the doggy.
They can't say they're getting it for the dog where they live because they're really worried that people are treating their own animals with human things and it'll hurt the pets.
Oh.
They're not allowed to do it.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah, so they have to.
Here, it wouldn't matter. We can say whatever we want.
Yeah, with lather. So evidently, Kim, were you using it as an eye ointment today on your eyes? Okay.
What?
I think he put it underneath his eyes.
Why?
Because it's like preparation A.
It's not like hemorrhoid cream.
It's supposed to.
Yeah, that's preparation A put under there.
Yeah, I think he said no comment. And you know why he said no comment? Because he did it. Uncle, I just want you to.
That's for hemorrhoid. The hemorrhoid cream, if you put it under there, it will remove the puffiness.
You know what? I could never do that. I don't know why. It's just that it scares me. But I think I told Kim, I think it removes the puffiness. And he walked out and looked at Roger and said, do you think it'll work?
Oh my goodness.
He said, do you know it removed those black spots under your eyes and tightens the skin?
Oh no.
Okay, so that's our Canadian guy. So you can imagine. I love them. I love them to death. Oh my God. So Brenda, we're winding up on the last 12 minutes, and I appreciate you being with me for these 2 hours and through all the angst to get it started. I'll probably stop some of the beginning where I was going, I don't know what I'm doing.
I completely understand because I do it every time.
Yeah, right. So when is your next live stream coming?
Thursday.
And what time do you do it?
3:30 on Mondays and Thursdays. I do it at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Okay, guys. So Monday and Thursday Eastern, 3:30. So most of us have time to go on those days, right? And then on Saturday and Sunday, it's usually early.
Yeah,
isn't it?
11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard.
So 11:30 a.m. Are you always consistent?
Yeah.
Very good.
No
So
technical difficulties.
except for tonight, which I feel so stupid. I cannot believe I'm the one who turned off the sound. I'm like, I don't know why it won't work. Oh, sorry.
I
I'm so
completely
sorry, Brenda. I'm so
No,
sorry.
it's
I'm
okay.
so
I
professional
understand.
when that happens. Um, guys, I want to remind you this Sunday, I'm going to be interviewing Curtis Darth. He's a drum flyer new to the community. And then next Tuesday, we're going to have Michael Roche Studios on our team.
Oh, I know, Mike.
I love Mike. He is so funny. I have to go,
Hi,
I gotta go
Mike. I
find
see
some
you
videos
there.
from Mike because he's done some really funny stuff. And I caught one of them, but I haven't caught his 007 yet. So I gotta go catch that stream because I understand that's supposed to be hilarious. Yeah.
I don't know if I saw that one. Yeah,
If
007
if
one.
you
I don't think
didn't,
so.
then you're gonna have to catch it too. 'Cause I'm
Yeah.
saying it
I'll
is
go
so,
back
so,
and do
so good. I'm seeing what time it is. So guys, I have to work tonight. So I'm going to cut it just a few minutes short because I have to be at work at 7:30. Hey, Brenda, would you like to say goodbye to everybody in the chat?
Bye, guys. Thank you so much for listening to my ramblings and goings on.
And all of our squirrel moments, because I think we're both doing.
Yes.
Yes, I knew I was.
Dual squirrels here. You got dueling squirrels.
Right? Hey, Brenda, I so appreciate you.
Thank you.
And you are exactly what you purport yourself to be on your channel. You're nice, you're energetic for the streams, and you are positive, and I so appreciate that. And thank you for coming.
Thank you. Thank you for
Community.
having me.
Huh? Okay.
Oh, I said, oh, thank you for having
Oh,
me.
it was just so nice. So guys, I appreciate you being here. It's really nice of you to come back here and see us. This is, I think, the last day of the month. So we'll be heading on into May tomorrow, and we have a few things coming on. So I want to remind you on Wednesday at, is it 5 o'clock Eastern? We have those guys, and they will be on Phantom Flight 101 channel. It's with those guys. And then later at 9 o'clock, we are going to have Coast to Coast Drones, and they are going to have a special on FPV flying. It should be really interesting. And on Thursday, Roger's going to catch you up on everything that's going on. But we have Centroid and we have Droning About Northwest. So we have lots of fun stuff coming up. And don't forget Canadian Drone Hub, your channel is on at 9 o'clock every morning, Monday through Sunday. Okay, guys. Oh, it was 8:30 coast to coast, but they had to change it to 9, Roger. Okay, guys. I love you all. Hang with me for a minute, Brenda. Okay, guys. See you later.
Okay.